Ibara stuffs something into Arashi's mouth, then tells him that if he doesn't want to turn to stone, he needs to run to the center of the island immediately. Just moments earlier, Ibara had turned Yo into stone and retrieved the petrification device. A sinister idea suddenly comes to his mind. He places the petrification device into his own mouth and gives it a command. In 15 minutes, petrify everything within a radius of 2,000 kilometers. Then he drags Arashi underwater and forces the device into his mouth for him to swallow. Afterward, he warns Arashi that if he doesn't want to become stone, he must run to the center of the island as fast as possible. Arashi immediately swims toward shore and desperately sprints for the island's center. Thanks to his incredible hearing, Yukio Seonji overhears Ibara's petrification command. He quickly tells Taiju to shout the message to everyone else. Taiju Oki immediately roars the warning at the top of his lungs. Kinro and the others hear the message and rush after Arashi without hesitation. Together they manage to pin him to the ground. But before Chrome can celebrate for even a few seconds, Arashi's survival instinct suddenly explodes. He breaks free from all three of them and continues running toward the island's center. Then Taiju finally unleashes his full strength. With a burst of speed, he slams Arashi to the ground once again. Arashi desperately keeps crawling toward the center of the island, while the others finally catch up as well. Yukio tells them to seize the petrification device, but when they pry open Arashi's hand, there's nothing there. Arashi then explains that Ibara told him he wouldn't be petrified as long as he reached the island center, but at that exact moment, a green light suddenly begins glowing from Arashi's chest. Only then do they realize the horrifying truth. The petrification device had already been swallowed by Arashi. A spherical wave of green light instantly expands outward. Anyone touched by the light is immediately turned to stone. Ryujui Nanami, Chrome, and the others line up in a row, only to be petrified one after another. Chrome says their only hope now is Senku, but under circumstances like this, is there really any way for Senku to stop the petrification wave? Unfortunately, human speed can never outrun the expanding light. One after another, everyone is turned to stone. Before long, every person on the island has been petrified. Ibara rows a small boat back onto the island. As he walks toward the center, he can't stop admiring his own cleverness. When he reaches the stone statues of Chrome and the others, he notices they are all lined up neatly in a row, but he doesn't think much of it and continues approaching Arashi. The moment Ibara sees Soyuz's stone statue, he suddenly remembers the day he petrified the former chief, and Soyuz is the chief's biological son. Without hesitation, Ibara lifts a massive rock and smashes Arashi apart, retrieving the petrification device. Overjoyed with himself, he suddenly notices a line of footprints nearby. Following the trail, he eventually discovers Senko's science vehicle. As he approaches it, he realizes it must be one of Senko's sorceries, and at that very moment, a voice suddenly echoes out.
5 メーター、1セカンド。